were missing us last week because it was my birthday. I'm very sorry.
Yes.
But I was turned up, hungover, literally dying.
Literally dying.
Saturday morning I woke up and I was dead. So that's how the birthday went, but it was so much fun and I had such a great time.
Yeah, you know I almost vomited.
Really?
I was so close to vomiting and then I laid in my bed and I went to bed and it went away.
Wait, when? Saturday, Friday night?
Yeah, Friday night.
What?
But it's because we were mixing. I was like trying to be cute and drink tequila reposado, and then like I think we drank blanco upstairs with the bottle.
No, I think the bottles are reposado also.
It didn't taste like reposado. It tasted like blanco.
Anyways, you weren't even there for the whole. We bought another bottle.
What?
I got 2 bottles.
Yeah, if I stayed, I would have vomited fully.
The videos of me stumbling out. I'm like hanging on to Milo coming out of the club. I'm like, I can't hold my knees.
I can't walk.
But it was a lot of fun. I had a great time. I'm 32 now, guys.
Woo! Woo!
I should be older and wiser, but as my friend told me yesterday, you were in quarantine, so technically I'm 30.
Love that.
So, dirty 30!
I'm still 21.
And that's just how I feel.
Yeah, agreed. Next week, we have, so I work at an office that has 2 offices, Miami and LA, and the LA office is coming to Miami.
Ooh.
And we're all going out on Friday.
Fun.
And on the company money, and I plan to be drunk.
Love that, but be careful.
No, I plan to be drunk. I think it's so fun to like be drunk at a work thing, and then everybody's uncomfortable and you're just drunk.
See, that's what I would like. I'm the kind of drunk that will say something totally inappropriate because I can't help myself, and it's like the alcohol has allowed me to completely drop the veil.
Yeah,
and that's dangerous because I'll be like, so tell me, like I'll just say something really inappropriate.
Yeah, I ask inappropriate questions as well, but you know, we'll see how it goes. I'm kidding. I'm not gonna get that drunk probably.
Okay, so let me give you my quote for the week. And it comes from the show On My Block from Netflix. And she says, I'm in a relationship with myself and I'm a lot of work. And that's how I kind of felt. Like after my birthday, I took some time to reflect in my hungover state. And I was just like, you know, I'm very happy with a lot of things in my life, and I just feel like this year I've got a lot of changes that I'm gonna like make and things that I want to do and like new things that I'm starting, like going back to school and just like a couple of things. And I'm just like really excited about it, and I just feel like I'm in a relationship with myself right now. There's
love it.
No like love interest, and I don't feel any sort of way about that, and I just love that I'm taking my time and my energy and investing that in myself.
Love that for you.
Yeah.
Yes, snaps for that. Let us know if you relate to Adriana's quote this week.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel very, you know what it is? I spend so much time on social media, and it's like everyone is like so unhappy, and like there's so many suicides, so much depression, so much sadness, and I can't say that everything is perfect in my life and that I have everything I want, but I am happy.
And it's not that bad.
It's never that bad. And I have been so much worse. And I just know that. And that just I'm like very grateful for that. Like I'm just always happy. Like my baseline is happiness. So I just feel like whatever it is, guys, it's okay. You'll get through it. Just keep it pushing.
Definitely. I agree. My quote is a little different. I have a song for you guys.
Selena.
Waking up in the morning, thinking about so many things. I just wish things would get better. I try to get rid of it, but nothing seems to stay the same. And that is my quote from Little Homegirl from
Gia Giudice.
Gia Giudice from Mob Wives.
No, she's from the Real Housewives of New Jersey.
The Real Housewives of New Jersey. Pretty close. And that is my quote for this week. Because I just be waking up in the morning thinking about so many things, thinking about everything that I have to do with my life. Like, it's just a lot.
Are you overwhelmed in what you're going through right now?
No, I'm not overwhelmed. I mean, I'm handling it, but it's just a lot. It's like, I gotta go this place, I gotta go that place, answer this email, answer that email. I'm house hunting right now. I have my job, I have my life, my friends. It's just too much.
Too much?
Too much.
Interesting. I mean, I think it's like, that happens.
Yeah.
You go through periods of time where you're just like,
yeah.
You're like dying under the pressure of what you've created for yourself, and then it smooths out again, and then you're like, what's going on?
Yeah, but I'm having fun. I'm enjoying the process, you know? It's
That's
just,
good.
it's waking up in the morning thinking about so many things. To the point where, like, I didn't even finish the show this week, but it's okay. I have so many things to say.
Y'all, Cece comes to me. I'm like, okay, you ready to record? Let's get back into it. She's like, I didn't finish the show. I'm like, what do you mean?
And I was there like, what do you mean? It's not an issue.
And I'm like, how are we going to talk about a show that you haven't finished watching? And she's just like, no, it's fine. I'm like, no, it's not.
I have a lot of things to say. I watched the majority of the season. Okay, let's get into it. This week, we're talking about Love is Blind. And I watched up until the weddings. I don't know what happens at the weddings, but
The
Adriana
most important
does.
part of the show.
Adriana does, and she's gonna let me know.
Okay, so overall, what are your thoughts on what you saw?
I love this season. It's sick.
This season, I feel so many different ways. Like, first of all, what an emotional roller coaster. Like, last season, I felt like was not that much drama. And this season, I just feel like every episode was
drama.
up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And I was just like, oh my God.
We have so many toxic relationships, 2 love triangles. Like, the people who you think are good are like very turbulent. Why do Danielle and Nick get into those like feral arguments? I'm so confused at their whole relationship.
They, to me, I was just like, what is this? Do you want to get into each couple? Okay, first of all, just like my overall thoughts. Why were we in the, like last season, I was like, oh my God, I wanted to see more in the pods. I'm pretty sure we even said that. And this season, I was like, why have we seen so many episodes in the pod? Like, I just felt like they were in the pods for forever. They were in the pods for like 3.5 episodes.
Okay, although they were in the pods for a long time.
4 episodes.
Although they were in the pods a long time, I feel like that was needed, but it was kind of weird because episode 1, Danielle and Nick get engaged, and I feel like we didn't learn anything about their relationship. But then the couples at the end that stayed all the way to the end of the pods,
we learned so much.
So they could have spread that out a little bit better.
Yeah, I felt like they wanted an engagement every like half hour.
Yeah.
But it was just like, it's just too much. Because to me, I felt like, oh, they got engaged like day 1. And then the other people were like 6 days in. And I was just like, I don't know. The pods like just was weird to me.
Yeah. I mean, towards the end of the pods, I was like, this is kind of dragging.
Yes. I was like, why are we still in the pod?
Yeah.
I didn't understand that. And then, okay, so the couples. We've got Danielle and Nick.
So Danielle says that she wanted to do Love is Blind because she used to be overweight. She lost like 60, 70 pounds, and she felt like people couldn't see past that. So she wanted to meet somebody that had never seen her before and see if the Love is Blind process would work for her. But she has like major anxiety. She's really insecure. When she blew up on him at the honeymoon when he went to the party, I was like, what the?
So strange.
Yeah.
I guess my thing is like, stop dating in your social circle. Like literally just go to a bar that you've never been to and you'll find somebody. Like they live in Chicago. There's thousands of men in that city. Like,
okay, but like
thousands.
But upon seeing how she treats
Acts.
Nick and how she acts, I understand why she's single.
Homegirl, when she freaked out in Mexico after she was sick all day, he had to go to that party. There's no way production would have let him out of that. And he's not gonna go and not have fun. The fact that she sat there and watched him from across the pool and then dissected his behavior, like, wow, you walked this way, and then you were laughing. I was just like, whoa, like, you're going off. And she's like, I don't trust anything. I was just like, red flag.
Complete red flag, yeah.
Red flags.
The insecurity jumped out, and I mean, I don't know, because here's the thing. She was acting up, but also he acts up. Like, he responds to her, like, so snappily after a while. Like, when he's mad, he's mad. And I feel like that doesn't help the situation at all. And then when they make up, it's so strange. They're like,
it's very quick.
Yeah, like, we're getting through our problems. Like, what do you mean? You've been together for a week. What problems?
Yeah,
there shouldn't be any.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like, I think fighting in the beginning of a relationship is very strange. Because it's like, what are you fighting about?
What on earth are you fighting about?
And at that point, it really is just like, I'm fighting your personality. Because it's not like there's anything there yet.
There's nothing to fight about. And I think that's why they make up so quickly. But then why is it so explosive?
Yeah, but I just feel like for him, as somebody that's not very confrontational myself, like, I can understand if someone's coming at me crazy, I'm going off. Like, I'm snapping at that point. Like, I understand where he was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Because I'm that same way. I'm just like, don't come at me crazy, because now I've got to show you crazy. Like,
yeah, but I mean, although they are a little turbulent, I think I like both of them individually, and they're kind of cute together.
I like him. I don't like her.
Yeah.
I think he's not bad. I felt really bad for him when they got back to Chicago and we met his family.
Yeah.
I was like...
His family is, like...
His mother. I was like, oh my God, what?
And you would never expect that from him. He is so put together, so smart, so articulate. And then his family just seemed like, not... I don't know how to say it.
His family just seems really toxic and judgy.
Toxic, judgy, and also, like, not in the sense of, like, we're affluent, so we're judgy. In the sense of just, like...
You know what they give me? They give me, like, we're kind of small town and, like...
Small town.
And, like, just, like, maybe didn't go to school or is not educated or whatever, and because he's done those things in his life, now they feel like he feels like they're above him, and so they like resent him.
That's
even
exactly
though there's nothing
he
hasn't said or projected that onto them, so there's like a sense of resentment for his success and his kind of like otherness that he's developed for himself in his life, and he just wants to make everybody like, it looks like he seems like he wants to be like comfortable and like, you know, caring and still the same kind of person to them, but he does feel alienated from them and he does feel different from them.
That's exactly what it is. He wanted a little bit better for himself. He went to school. He's kind of changed the way that he grew up, because did you catch the shower comment?
Yeah.
When the sister was like, oh yeah, he's obsessed with showering twice a day. I was like,
these people and the cleanliness, like...
I'm like, okay, showering twice a day is normal. I'm confused. But, like, even that, it was very, like, pointed. Like, oh, you think that, like,
that's the way to do it.
Yeah, how you were raised, like, that's not the right way.
Right. And, like, he's got kind of a weird personality once we got to know him. He's a little gossipy, which I thought was funny.
I think it's so funny when men are gossipy.
He was at those little cocktail parties, like, so what's the deal there? And like, how do you feel? Like, he was really digging. I was like, thank God there is someone like him on this cast.
I actually love people like that on reality TV.
Me too. It's like, you do the job of the viewer with all the questions that we have. You're the investigative journalist on the scene. And I just feel like all those little like quirks, like the toothpaste and like all of those kinds of things, he's just like, I'm different, and I don't know if like every girl is into that kind of personality. So I can see why somebody like him did this experiment to begin with. And I think he went into it with the best intentions and the right attitude.
I think he's a great guy.
Me too.
I really like him. I like her, but him, I love him.
So I was talking to a friend, and they were saying that they think because Danielle's mother is a psychologist, that she felt like really bad for Danielle, because she kept saying all of these things when they went to visit her, like, oh, Danielle is a lot, and Danielle has a big personality.
Danielle is special.
It was like a lot of like projection that felt negative about her personality. So I think she was saying that like Danielle's insecurities were like bred from a very young age because of the way that her mother like says, like, communicates to her.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's interesting. I didn't pick up on that. And I don't know if that's at play there, but I just thought that was interesting. It was something I didn't think of until she said it.
To be real with you, every psychologist that I know has like kids with some
problems,
some issues that need to be worked through.
I just feel like everybody has issues, and it's like, I don't know if like psychologists make the best parents, because I feel like their kids are always like, you're trying to do your work on me.
Yeah, that's the thing. I feel like at least the kids of psychologists that I've met, they're like always on guard around their parents, because the mom is like constantly like, oh, this is what's going on, this deeper thing, and the child is just like, leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, and it's I feel like as a parent, you always want to like warn your kids of things that you see, and that becomes like very weird when that's your profession.
Yeah,
like it becomes too like clinical.
Yeah, like, honey, that's a little narcissistic. Like, let me be.
Right.
Get off of my back. Sorry,
Right.
I thought the mic was falling.
Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you, they stayed married.
Of course.
When they got to the wedding, he was sweating. He looked ill. I thought he was gonna say no. Like, I was like,
He looked
whoa.
ill?
They had been fighting the night before.
Oh no.
Like, I was like, oh, he's out. Like, because he really got apprehensive. He was just like, you're driving me crazy, kind of. And also, like, she's very immature about certain things, like how she lets her friends come over and just get wasted and mash up her house. And
What? I didn't see that.
Selena.
I'm gonna go watch it.
They go to each other's house to see, and she's got all these costumes, and the table's broken, and the chairs is mashed up.
And I actually saw that, and the drum kit.
Yes.
The guitar band.
And like the blow up instruments, like all of that was super weird and immature. And he was just like, I don't know if this is like a different lifestyle. Like, I can't tell if you're mature enough for this kind of commitment.
Yeah.
But they stayed together in the end.
She's gonna drive him crazy.
I think so too.
Yeah, I don't know if they stay together long term, but like, I knew they were gonna stay together.
The reunion is in like 2 weeks.
I'm excited.
March 5th.
Let's see.
Okay, next couple, Mallory and Sal. I couldn't be less invested in this couple from the beginning. First of all, Mallory liked Sal, and she liked, what's his name? Jared. I didn't even realize it was Sal that she liked.
You thought it was the other guy.
Yeah. I just felt like she was playing the game in the pods. Like, I was shocked when she was like, oh, Sal. I was like, wait, what?
I didn't even realize Sal and her had a relationship, to be honest with you. I thought Jared was her only guy.
Me too. I was very confused in the pods for her. And once they got out, I was just like, I could not care less. Like, Sal to me is such a lame. I couldn't take the singing. Dude, you gotta put away the ukulele. Like, it was the ukulele for me. It's not a real instrument.
Have you ever had a man sing you a song?
No.
That's why.
Okay, no. Selena.
No, I swear, when you're in love, and that ukulele comes out,
no, not a ukulele.
You get kind of shook.
A piano, yes. A drum set, sure. A guitar. Yes, a ukulele?
I got sent to with a ukulele, and I found it so touching. I think about it to this day.
What?
Yes. No, when you're in love, I swear, it hits.
I would love to be sang to, but I don't want you every time it's like a romantic moment for you to pull out your ukulele. I just could not. After like the first song, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a thing.
It's gonna be a thing. He's a singer. What do you mean? He studied music. He's a singer.
I know, but like his voice isn't even that like it don't hit like that.
It's good for the genre.
Yeah, but he's like trying to sing like contemporary music, and I'm just like not with it.
I didn't hear contemporary music. He was singing in Spanish. Like,
yeah, but it was like, okay, but you're on a ukulele. Like, that's not opera. What's going on? You're mixing the genres. It's not hitting. I just was like, this is so fucking corny.
Well, it hit for Mallory.
I know. It was weird. I was over it.
She cried when he sang to her one time.
I know. I saw it with the friends. I was just like, girl, I couldn't. And then they kept fighting about different things. Like, I felt like every time they fought, it was just like it came out of nowhere.
What did you think of the situation with Jarrett and him proposing first and the ring, how she wanted a gold ring? I found that so disrespectful.
So disrespectful.
So disrespectful.
I mean, Jarrett, we'll get to him, but that whole conversation, if I was Sal, I would have run up through in his back with a bottle. Like, we fighting. We gonna tussle.
Yeah.
Like, I would not have let you talk to my fiance for 45 minutes while you're both like wasted and making fun of me. I would have been like, you can go kick rocks, and me and you, we fighting. Yeah. That whole thing was just hella disrespectful, and you could tell that Jarrett was just like still
like, I'm the better guy for you.
Yeah, like I just didn't like his attitude.
And Mallory seems like such a pick-me. She was like, oh, you know how I am. I want to catch a game. Like, I'm a guy's girl. I want to drink beer. And Sal's not like that. Bitch, then why'd you pick him?
Right. Like, what'd you love about him so much if he's nothing of the sort?
Obviously, the singing was speaking to you. But now that you see him, you want to catch a game. Now that you have this tall ex-football player in front of you, you want to catch a game. Girl, shut up.
I just was like, I wasn't feeling her. I wasn't feeling them. I just feel like Sal is so like...
He's a Pisces, definitely.
He's just like way too soft of a person for me. And
he's
I just
a
like...
Pisces man.
I just could not get with him at all.
Yeah.
In the end, he said no. He went first and he said no.
Was she shook?
She was like, I totally understand. And he was like, I got there and I was holding her hands and I just could feel that whatever it is that we needed, there wasn't enough of it. And I have to say I was shocked when that happened. I was like, whoa, I did not expect that. But she was just like, I feel like we needed more time. He was like, I needed more communication, more time, and just more involvement from her to feel secure in making that decision.
Good for him.
And she was like, well, are you interested in like, you know, like continuing our relationship or like dating? He was like, I think we should go on a date, but like I need a couple days to just process and just go through this and just come out on the other side. And he was like, I definitely think we should go on a date though. So we'll see what happens at the reunion between them.
Good for him. I think he deserves better.
I think he deserves better too. Yeah. I don't think that she's like really as in it as she says she is.
She does not like him that much. I feel like she doesn't like him, period, but...
I feel like that too. Yeah. Anyways, next. Natalie and Shane.
Perhaps the most turbulent couple.
Shane?
Okay, we need to talk about Shane in the pods. Homeboy had his feet cocked up in the air, laying down.
Did you see the TikTok I sent you of the guy making fun of him?
What are you doing? What are you wearing? Where's my wine? Shane was ridiculous in the pods.
He was all over the place. Like, taking off his shoes, kicking up his feet, laying on the floor,
laying
feet in the air,
feet in the air, like literally falling off the couch. And you know, like in the movies when the girls are running and they're laying on the bed and they're like this with the feet up in the back. Homeboy did that too. I was like, what are you doing over there? And I'm sorry, I didn't find it attractive.
I didn't find it attractive either, but also in the real world, he is extremely fidgety. Like, I don't know if he does coke or if he has ADD, if there's an Adderall addiction. Like, I don't know what it is, but he is like, the eyes, the crazy faces, the movements, the constant bouncing. Like, I was just like, yo, you need to relax.
He's also a realtor.
He needs to.
I feel like
take it away with
I feel like that's like such a realtor thing, like to be like
jittery. No, he's like
maybe it's just coffee.
He like his eyes. He needs these faces. He's like
he does.
Like it's scary. I was like, no, I don't like when people are jittery like that. It makes me extremely nervous. So he just like, he was not it for me.
Okay, but him and Natalie like low-key balanced each other out because she was so calming and so like not with his shit. I like that she didn't take any shit. She was just like, I'm me, you're you, this is what you're getting from me. I'm not gonna coddle you. I'm not gonna like treat you like you're this prince.
Okay, I can get with that.
She was kind of a bitch.
You don't think she talked to him crazy?
What episode?
When they first got to Mexico, she's like, oh, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Don't do that.
That was really bitchy.
Don't do that. She did that a couple times.
The first couple of days, I was like, okay, this girl's a bitch. But after she toned it down a little bit, I was like, okay, she just has that type of personality that she just doesn't take any shit.
No, but it's not just doesn't take. I feel like things like that is like, they're like nasty comments, like veiled in a joke. Like, you're not gonna call me a piece of shit and just be like, JK. No.
Yeah.
That's not a fucking joke, bitch. I'm gonna slap you in your face. Like,
that was way too much.
Like, I was like, oh no. And so for a while, I was like, oh, she's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know. He's just like is too much. Like, you didn't watch the bachelor parties, right?
No.
So the guys rented out Wrigley Stadium and they were playing baseball and whatever, and there was drinks and food. And Shane couldn't hit a baseball, but he was like a baseball player. So he was pissed and he proceeded to get drunk.
I can't wait to watch this.
And he was so upset. He was so upset, and he like threw a tantrum, and he was just like, and like I was just, he was just too much for me.
He's so funny. He made the show this season. Like, he was just so funny.
And then that was the bachelor party. So then he went home. They get into a huge fight the night before the wedding.
What?
He basically is like, I fucking hate you. You're the worst thing that ever happened to me.
No, Adriana.
All this stuff.
Oh my god, I thought they were gonna like stay together and have babies.
Then I guess they sort of make up.
Oh, okay.
And they get to the wedding. And he's just like, I don't know. She's like, I don't know. And they get to the altar. He says yes. She says no.
You're breaking my heart. No, she said no.
She said no. And she's just like, you hate me and you're the worst. I'm the worst thing that ever happened to you. She's like, I was so sure that I was going to say yes today, but there's no way I can get past that today to say yes to you today.
So homeboy just he couldn't hit a baseball. He got drunk and he mashed up his whole relationship.
Mashed up the whole relationship. But
wow.
You should have seen him. He was at the altar. When I tell you he was freaking out.
Before she came out?
No, he has her hands. The eyes, the gray,
not the eyes.
He was insane at the wedding. His mom is crying. Like, it was just, he was too much. And he's just like, she's like, I'm sorry. And he's like, it's fine. I'm not okay. Like, obviously, I'm very hurt. And she's just like, we just can't get over this. I can't get over this right now. And he's just like, I don't know what you want me to say to you right now. Like, I'm just very hurt. This is shocking. And, like, we can talk about this in the future. And she's like, but you hate me? Like, you really meant that? Like, and he's just like... So that's...
Ay, Dios.
But we have to talk about one thing. Shayna.
Shayna was the next one. Because initially, I mean, it was just a whole drama. This is one of the love triangles. I thought it was going to be an Amber and Barnett and Jessica situation again, which somewhat, but up to what I've seen, the situation wasn't that serious. It was kind of short-lived.
Yes.
But when they finally see each other, why do they look like siblings, number one?
Yes.
Number two, they were attracted to each other. She was definitely attracted to him, and I guess he was attracted to her, but, like, I just find it so weird when couples look alike. Number three, she's shiesty.
No, she's not shiesty. She's a certified bitch. Like, if homegirl does not fight her at the reunion,
Yeah.
like, she was like, your relationship is fake.
Your relationship is a joke. It's a sham. And then she tried to be low-key about the sabotage at first, too.
Right.
When she was like, oh, if things don't work out with you and
I have a man for you.
Like, girl, I know you want my man. What makes you think, what?
You're going to set me up and I'm going to be okay with it?
Yeah, like,
No.
I know you want my man.
No.
Shut up. And honestly, if I was Natalie, I would have told her something.
Oh, I would have gone off at that bonfire thing.
That very moment.
When she pulled my husband, my fiance, I would have gone and sat down halfway through that relationship, that conversation, and been like, yo, what you said yesterday, totally uncalled for. What you're trying to pull right now, talking about my relationship with my fiance, the one that you want, the one that you can't have.
The one that didn't want you.
I would have gone off.
Yeah. Yeah, that was too much. And then afterwards, even Shane, he went to her and was like, oh, she called her relationship a joke, a sham. And she didn't do shit.
No. Like, I would have heard that and been like, oh, really? It's a sham? No,
it would have been on and
scene.
popping. It would have been on and popping.
No.
Yeah. That's one thing I will say about Amber. She did what she had to do and she said what she had to say. And now Barnett, he doesn't even look at Jessica.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, don't try me.
Yeah.
You're not gonna sit there and talk shit about my relationship, tell my man, and no one's gonna say anything.
No. Mm-mm.
He didn't address it enough for my liking either.
Agreed. But at the end of the day, like, I don't know if that was his thing to address.
You're in the relationship, and someone's calling your relationship a scam to your face. That's not something you can address.
Yeah, but also, like, it needed to be a joint effort.
Babe, you better say something to that girl, okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying. And then Shayna and Kyle, they were doomed from the beginning. She should have never accepted.
She should have never said yes. And I'm surprised he even proposed. He seemed desperate.
He did seem desperate.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand what he was really looking for in her.
And he was young, too, right?
I don't remember.
I think he was younger than her.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Because she
Yeah.
kept calling herself a cougar.
Yeah.
Weird.
Honestly, I didn't like Shayna. In the beginning, wasn't she the one talking about her Instagram followers? Or was that another blonde girl?
No, that was another blonde girl.
Oh. Regardless, I didn't like Shayna.
I didn't either. She was not
She was
good.
weird. Was she really that Christian? I find it very... I guess people are Christian, but I found it hard to believe that, like, that was the whole
crux
thing.
of, yeah.
Like, she's just, like, this good, clean Christian lady, and she couldn't be with the heathen.
Well, I was talking about this with Marcy, and I was saying, like, it's one thing to be, like, agnostic, and it's another thing to be atheist. And I don't think, like, if you're a person that goes to church regularly or, like, semi-regularly, to be with somebody who just does not believe in God at all,
That would be hard.
is weird and difficult. And the way that he spoke about religion, he was just like, I think it's a joke. Like, I'm gonna be making jokes about it when you try to, like, pray at dinner with our kids. Like, I wouldn't want that in my relationship.
I don't like that.
There's a level of, like, even if you don't believe that, you have to respect my belief system. And I just
Yeah.
think that can be very strange in that situation.
Yeah. The making jokes thing, yeah. But why even accept the proposal if you know
Right.
that about someone?
Right.
Like, that wouldn't even be a consideration for me. Because I don't like people like that either.
Yeah, I just felt like
And
all wrong.
yeah. And me, I'm shocked at how Christian she was, but I be believing in God.
Me too. Like, she wasn't her and Shane. I mean, she kept telling him, "Oh, what are you wearing?" Like, I feel like when you're that Christian and that religious, you don't
act
take,
like that.
You don't take jokes like that as cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, like how religious are you when it comes down to it?
Yeah, that was really weird to me.
Yeah, it kind of felt like an excuse.
Yeah. It felt like an excuse. She just didn't like him. She wasn't attracted to him either. You could tell.
Oh, no, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. I felt bad for him when they got to Mexico and she was like, "I need my own room." And then she was like, "We're leaving." I was like, wow. And you know what I thought was so, like, weird? She was so hung up on Shane. Why didn't she just stay in Mexico for the next day so she could meet him?
I don't know.
She could have met him at that welcome party with everybody.
Yeah.
If she would have just stuck around for 24 more hours. But she was like, "Nope, I'm out." I just thought that was weird.
It was really weird. We didn't even, see them leave or hear about them leaving. They just weren't there anymore.
Yeah.
It was really weird.
Very weird. Next couple.
Is this the last couple? Or was there somebody else?
There's two more couples. There's
oh my
Ayala.
gosh, yeah, I forgot about them.
There's Ayana, and then there's Deepti.
Okay, so there's two couples. Deepti,
Yeah.
Okay. This couple was...
Deepti and Sheikh, we're gonna call it.
Okay. Whether or not they stay together determines on if they're my favorite couple, because I really like them.
Deepti
Yeah.
and Sheikh.
I do.
Okay.
He was kind of an asshole, but...
He was very superficial. What I thought was interesting about them, two Indian people, not looking for Indian spouses, and only ever dated white people in their past, both of them.
Yeah.
And they found each other, and there was just so much commonality that they were like, "Wow, I love you." And I just think, like, I never understand people that are ethnic that don't find the value in dating someone from their same culture. Like, it just makes things seamless. Like, there's a level of understanding that you don't have to explain when you're dating someone from your same culture. Like, I find myself, like, not dating Jamaicans, and every time I date a Jamaican, I'm like, "Oh my God, this is so easy."
This is so easy.
And it's like, it's just like little things. It's like not having to explain, hush, babes. Like, it's little things that just make the wheels turn so much easier. And so they fell in love. And they get out of the pods. First of all, when they met, totally disgusting.
That was sickening. And this is why this couple also confused me. So, the thing about Sheikh, in the beginning of the pods, he was asking these girls questions to see how they looked. And he was very adamant that he did not want somebody that was overweight. Which, if that's your preference, you're allowed to have preferences. But, like, the way he was asking so asshole-ish. Like,
it was very bro-y.
Can I put you on my shoulders at a music festival? Like, dude, are you strong? How about that? How tall are you?
If I'm little, are you strong?
Are you strong and are you tall? Because that helps too. Like, okay, that was very strange. And then he falls in love. He grows throughout the pods because he realizes, oh, maybe I need someone to support me and that I actually get along with. Who would have thought?
Right.
Insane. And then they meet and he's like, she's gorgeous, look at that booty. Grabs
the booty.
When I showed that to Ryan, my boyfriend, he was dying. We watched it 3 times because we couldn't believe that he did that the first time that he met this girl on national television. Look at that booty. And he grabbed it.
Yeah, he was just giving me like so the vibes there. I was like, I don't know, I had PTSD. Like, I was like, oh no, oh my god. Like,
the vibes were really strange.
he was just so intense and
he
so
was like, I'm gonna give you babies.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna get you pregnant in her ear. First time he meets her in person.
you're gonna be my fucking wife. That's the line that got me. I was like, oh my god, that's so aggressive. Like, it was just so... It wasn't not a vibe. Like, it wasn't sweet. It wasn't nice.
No, it wasn't nice.
I just didn't like it at all. I wanted...
And she liked it.
She did. She was into it.
On the honeymoon, she was keeping that same
Energy.
And then I was shocked to hear that he was no longer attracted to her.
Well, he was just like, I'm not attracted to her. I'm not feeling the vibe. Like, you know what was strange?
After the booty grab?
After the booty grab, and after all that making out, they had been, like, making out so heavy all of the first day of Mexico in the hot tub and the this. I was just, like, shocked when he was like, I'm not attracted to her.
Me too. I was like, where? How?
I was like, you literally have her straddled right now on you in the pool making out. What do you mean you're not attracted to her? And that to me is just so sick. The way that men can be doing all of that and be like, I'm not feeling the vibe.
I don't like you.
How are you doing all of this if you're not feeling the vibe?
Keep in mind.
You guys are psychopaths.
Keep in mind, that is the premise of he's just not that into you. Men
Literally.
will be in a whole relationship with you, and in the back of their mind, they didn't mean any of it.
They're like, nah.
I'm just kidding.
JK.
Like, I'm just passing the time.
Sick. It's sick.
Yeah, it's so sick.
So it's just crazy. Like, they had a good time in Mexico. They get back home. You know, they're talking about their future. They're meeting each other's families. His family really likes her. Her family really likes him. You really think, and he's just like, you know, like, I just didn't think that this is what I was going to be looking for. And I
She's
just
the
feel
greatest
so,
woman I've ever met.
so supported. And I feel like I really have a partner to go forward with.
He says no.
They get to the wedding. Well, they kind of have a conversation. Like, he basically is like, you know, I don't know if I'm fully, like, attracted to you. And she's just like, I didn't realize that was an obstacle.
Yeah, he didn't tell her at all.
And she's just like, well, that's not good. And, you know, everything is, like, fine with them. I just didn't like, the one thing I really didn't like, he kept saying, like, I feel like I'm with an auntie. Like, that's what they call, like, elderly women in their culture.
Yeah.
Like, she was, like, a family member. And, like, I just felt like that was such an asshole thing to say. But they get to the wedding, and she's the one that says no. She's like, I think that you're great, and this has been an amazing experience, but you're not secure in your desire for me, and you never have, what's the way she said it? Oh, she said, you've never, oh my God, what is the word? Like, basically, he's never reassured me in his desire for me throughout this entire process, and that's why I know he's not the one. Because somebody that wants me would let me know that they want me, and he's never done that. And she's just like, I deserve somebody that wants me wholeheartedly, not a question in his mind.
Good for her.
So she was done. And then
he's gonna regret that.
Then he's like, you know, I understand, da-da-da-da-da. So then he's talking to his, like, friends and family, and he's like, it's still a celebration today, like, I'm gonna be fine, I have reservations on Sunday at Nobu. Like, he was like, you know, I would have just been really sad to be, like, the one to say that I don't want to be married. Like, I was just hoping that she was gonna be the one to do it first, because I didn't want to reject her. I wanted her to reject me. I can take it. I know she can't. Like, that kind of thing. And I was just like, this fucking asshole.
He went back to his asshole-ish ways.
I was just like, this is going to sound awful, but I was just like, you deserve a white woman. Like, that's all I could think. Like, watching him, I was just like, you deserve whatever you're going to get with a white woman. Take that as you will. I was just like,
he literally said throughout the whole time, I've never had somebody understand me as much. I've never had somebody support me as much. I've never felt this way about anybody else before. And maybe it's because we are of the same culture. And then he was like, no, I don't like her.
And that's fine. But I just didn't like his attitude at the end. I was just like, you're such a dick.
Yeah, that was really mean.
Yeah. I was so disappointed in him.
I'm disappointed in him as well. Wow, this is so sad. Only one couple is together so far.
And then the last couple, Ayana and Jarrett.
She need to leave him too.
This is the person that I was rooting for them the least.
Yeah.
Jarrett wanted Mallory.
After he proposed to Mallory, I was like, this ain't gonna work. And he really should have proposed to her first.
Really and truly.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like the entire time, there was no real connection with Mallory.
No.
They were just, like, jokey.
And he said that he could tell in her voice that she was fine. Like, you're a joke.
They had, like, such real connections, opening about, you know, past trauma, things that they've gone through, their life experiences, certain journeys that they've been on. I just felt like they were really it. And I saw their meaning before I watched the show. Like, I saw it on Instagram, Twitter, or something. And I was like, wow, they look so cute. And she was so, like, cute and bubbly and playful. I was like, oh my God, I kind of love them.
Yeah.
And then I went back to the beginning and I was like, oh my God, I hate them together. Like, I love her. I think she's so great, so cute, so pretty,
really
smart,
like her.
Great personality, like, really in it for the right reasons. I wanted her to have so much more.
So much more.
And then they get together and they leave the pods. They're in Mexico and things are going well for them. She's choosing not to have sex with him, which I thought was very smart of her. She was like, I don't want to have sex until we're actually married. I was like, good girl. Like, feel it out.
I like that.
Take your time. When they got back home, though, he goes back to, like, life. He's like Taco Tuesday with the boys, going out on the weekends, playing video games when they're talking about the wedding, out until 4 a.m. I was like, ooh, I have PTSD from my ex. Like, I was like, this ain't it. Like,
that is not it. You're engaged.
You're engaged. You're trying to be my baby daddy, the husband, the father of my children. And you are worried about hitting Taco Tuesday with your homeboys? That's done, sir.
That's ghetto.
It's over.
Over with.
I shouldn't even have to tell you that this is over.
Yeah.
I just felt like his attitude.
Especially, like, when you're in this process and you're trying to build a relationship in 4 weeks. Like, why are you going on Taco Tuesday with the boys?
Right. His whole attitude, I just could not stand him after a while. Like, I didn't like how he came at Mallory, because I just felt like it was very like, oh, you know, you should have been with me. Like, oh, if you would have gotten to me, you would have had the right one, kind of thing. And I just cannot imagine how Ayana is gonna feel watching that.
Right.
Like, if that was my man, I would be like, JK. Like, I would be so upset.
He should have never proposed to her after proposing to Mallory.
And he was so upset. Like, he was boo-hoo bawling, crying. And I don't know if you noticed this, but he did it in the same day.
That was all the same day?
It was the same outfit.
No, that's disgusting.
Literally. Like, I think he went and cried for, like, 2 hours, washed his face, and they were like, go.
That is disgusting.
I was like, he's wearing the same shirt.
No, I could never.
I was just like, oh my God, no.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was you that retweeted this or if I just saw it, but his biggest thing was, I love how strong she is.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that.
Me either.
Right? It's like, that's what you love about me, that I've been through shit and I pull it together. We've all been through shit.
Right. You've been through shit. You almost died.
Yeah. And also, I don't know what you thought of this, but when she was talking about her past trauma, I feel like it is nice to share those things when you're in a relationship, but sometimes men, they don't understand and they can't get around that. And like, a lot of old school men will just see you as like, oh, you have issues, you have baggage, like, I don't want to deal with that. And I think maybe that's why he might have picked Mallory over her, even though he had a better connection with her.
Interesting take.
Yeah.
Didn't think of that.
Yeah. Like, the thing that he kept saying he liked about her, oh, she's strong, she's been through a lot, I can relate to that, is the same deterrent. Like, oh, she's
damaged.
She's damaged, yeah.
I feel like he just liked Mallory more because, like, she's more established, just more of, like, a... I also think he liked that Mallory had a very strong personality. Like, I don't know if she can really, like, fight back or push back on him. Like, throughout the process, like, to me, the Taco Tuesday would have been my first explosion. Like, I would have been like, this is a problem.
Yeah.
And she just never said that. She was never like, you shouldn't be out until 4 a.m. on a Tuesday while you're in a relationship. Like, there's nothing for you out there if we're trying to build something here.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't know if her personality is, like, enough to counter him.
Yeah. Or honestly, I think he also liked Mallory because maybe she would be down to go out with them. That's a big thing. Maybe he was looking for a come-along wife, not a stay-at-home, be married type of wife.
Yeah, because those are two different kinds of people.
Mm-hmm.
And when you are the babe come out with me type, and you get with a girl that's like, no, I'm going to stay in.
Not going to work.
Not going to work.
The girl has to be down to go to every single function. Every single one of them.
All of them. The trips, the outings, the birthdays.
I feel like he's also the type that might cheat eventually.
If you're out,
cheater vibes.
You're out all the time, your girl is not with you, you're cheating. I don't care what anybody says. What are you doing out with a bunch of single men when they're hitting on women? Because that's what they're out for. Mm-hmm. They're not there to hang with you unless you suck in their dick. Like, you're cheating. You're cheating right along. You're having inappropriate conversations. You're feeling up on women that you have no business being close to.
Mm-hmm. Talking up in people's faces.
I'm not with it. I was not here for him or them at all.
So what was
So they get to the wedding and they say yes.
What?
They stay together.
What?
This is the couple I was not rooting for.
Let's see what happens with this reunion when she sees him talking up in Mallory's face.
Right.
Oh, you should have picked me. Oh, he didn't get you the gold ring because he didn't ask. You know who asked? Me. No.
I wonder, did he ask her what kind of ring she wanted?
I wonder too.
Because she was like, oh, did you pick this by yourself? That means he didn't ask her.
He gave her the ring he probably picked for Mallory.
It was gold.
It was gold. That's why I found this season so sickening, but I loved it. It was so much more drama. I love watching a train wreck.
Oh, so do I. I mean, I was all over the place. When I was watching the finale, I was just like beside myself.
Yeah, same. Well, no. Same when I was watching the season. I need to go back and watch the finale.
But it was great. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Can't wait for the reunion. Like, they didn't even give us a preview. Like, I don't even know what to expect right now.
Mm-hmm. This has surpassed Married at First Sight. But Married at First Sight still gets its roses because of how often they put out new seasons.
I know. They're on it.
Yeah.
I saw someone say on Twitter, they were like, this show needs experts. They need
experts.
They need someone to come in there and like help the conflict, like guide them along through the process a little bit. Yeah. Because like Nick and Vanessa, they're not really a part of the show. They're not like having conversations with them, checking in with them. There's none of that.
Yeah.
And
they're barely there.
They were saying they were like, Married at First Sight, the experts get it wrong a lot, but at least they're there. They're present to mitigate some of the fights, work through some tension, give advice. And this is what this show is lacking. And I was like, I could see that.
I could see that too.
Instantly, as I was finished watching this, I was like, where the hell is Married at First Sight Australia?
Yes.
Like, I need another season of that.
Me
Lifetime.
too.
You need to start airing more of those seasons. Like, I need them.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Love it. Loved this season.
Yeah. All right, guys. It is now time for tea.
Tea time. Cheers. Pinkies up.
Let's get into it.
Yes. So this week, I wanted to talk a little bit about Danny Lee and the baby.
Oh, God.
So we know that, she had the baby, and then they went on Instagram. Well, the baby went on the Instagram Live and was so toxic, so mean towards her. They had a public argument, and since then, I think they've broken up, separated. They're not, how they used to be.
Mm-hmm.
So her brother came for the baby.
He said it was on site.
On Twitter, he said, "You mess with my sister, it's on site. Like, next time I see you, I'm gonna check you."
And then they were at an event. I don't know how
They were at a bowling alley.
It was very strange. But the baby went at him first.
Yeah, and didn't the baby have guys?
Yeah.
He had like a crew, and then the brother pulled up alone.
Yeah, it was very strange.
Like, it was
and then
jumping.
they were on the slipperiness and I was just like, what is this video? They were slipping and sliding. I was like, what is happening?
Yeah, I loved the messiness. So yeah, that was just like a little bit of funny news. I just wanted to chat about it, some relationship drama away from Kanye and Kim.
We're putting Kanye and Kim on ice. Like, I can't talk about it anymore.
It's something new every single day.
Kanye is just ranting. Like, Pete Davidson joined Instagram and then, like, immediately deleted it because all these people were, like, flooding his comments with, like, Kanye's gonna fuck you up and, like, ski. He was calling him salt. They were calling him ski and, like, all this stuff. And then Kanye, like, screenshotted, like, an article that was published, like, oh, Pete Davidson deletes Instagram. And Kanye's like, yeah, get out of here. Da-da-da-da. All this stuff. It's like, what's wrong with you?
I think this situation is so funny. Like, it is sick, and it reminds me of some crazy ex-boyfriends that I've had in the past. But, like, Skeet, you have to laugh.
Kanye is such a loser. Like, this is my thing. I don't like when people that are above certain things act like this. Like, Kanye, you're a genius.
Is he?
He is, though. Like, we have to give the man props where he's due. He's a musical genius. I don't think he's taking us to space, but he's a musical genius.
I'm gonna start calling myself a genius and just see if it catches on. Because a couple of years ago, when Kanye was calling himself a genius, everyone was kind of like, and now everyone, he is a genius. Like,
I think when it comes to music, his first 5 albums are some of the best musical works ever.
What?
Yes. What?
What?
You don't think so?
Best musical works ever?
College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, and 808s and Heartbreaks. Those are premium albums.
They're premium albums, but I mean, I wouldn't put him up there greatest musician of all time.
No, those are legendary. That's a legendary body of work on that hand.
Okay.
What?
It's good. It's great, but you would put him up there with like some of the greatest musicians of all time?
Yes, those 5 albums, absolutely. I don't know. That's like Kanye for a while. Kanye was my favorite rapper. Like those, I remember going to Kmart on 8th Street and buying College Dropout. Like listen to it on CD in my Walkman, like in bed at like 15.
Maybe I'm just too young because now that I think about it, I like Kanye adjacent rappers. I like Kid Cudi, I like Travis Scott, all very much inspired by Kanye. So
yeah, maybe you're too young.
By Kanye.
But definitely I would say he is a musical genius. I don't like his new stuff. I think it's gotten a little weird, but I just think he has lost it. Mm-hmm. So it makes sense that the music has lost it.
Okay.
You know, like he's lost his way. I thought we were going to talk about him, but
lo and behold.
But like everything else he does, I just think like now he's just like, he should just be so much cooler than this, and he's just not. Like, it's like the Madonna, how I feel about Madonna right now. Like, why are you getting ass implants and like taking pictures of it for Instagram? Like, you're so much cooler than this. Like, act like it.
Are they implants or did she get a BBL?
Whatever it is, it looks awful.
Looks like shit.
And it's just like, you're Madonna. You don't need to do this. So to me, it's like, you are Kanye West. You don't need to do this. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
I digress.
Anyways, so they have announced that the Wendy Williams show will be officially ending, and it will be replaced with
us.
Love that. With Sherri Shepard. She's getting her own talk show.
Oh, nice.
She's been filling in for Wendy like during this break a lot, and I guess like her numbers are well and she's testing well, so they've given her a syndicated talk show to fill Wendy's time slot.
So what is Wendy gonna do now?
Wendy's sick. Wendy hasn't come back on TV because she's like severely ill.
What does she have?
She's got some Graves' disease. Is that what it is?
Wow.
Something like that. I think it's Graves' disease that she has, and it's been like very bad for like the past year, and she just hasn't been able to work. That's why they've had like a rotating cast for like this whole last season, and they're at the point now that they're like, okay, we're out of quarantine. There's really no reason, like we have to make a move.
Yeah.
Which is sad because Wendy's, I know a lot of people hate her, but I
love Wendy.
Love and live for her.
Yeah, love Wendy.
Like, I love her show. So I'm very sad to see her go.
Maybe she'll do something else. Maybe she'll come back with a podcast.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, maybe she could do like a weekly podcast. That would be interesting.
Yeah, and it's easier than like a daily talk show.
Oh, for sure. That daily talk show business is hard work. Very hard work. Okay. Next, I want to talk about our boy, Sam Hunt.
My favorite story of the week.
For those of you that don't know who he is, he's a country singer. Amazing. Check him out.
Fabulous. He mixes country with like kind of R&B. He'll
rap.
Like sing rap, talk rap in the country voice.
Yeah.
Oof. He's sexy too.
Very hot. So his wife has refiled for divorce. So they had filed for divorce, and she had filed for divorce and then withdrew it. And they were like working it out and getting back together. When did she
file for divorce initially? I'm trying to just have the timeline in my mind.
Friday, February the 18th. Oh no, that's the
most recent one.
Oh no. So the original suit, she filed for divorce on February the 18th and then withdrew it a couple hours later. And then has reissued it this Friday.
Okay, so
like a couple days.
A couple days apart.
Like a week apart. But she's currently like 6 months pregnant.
That's insane.
Yeah, she's due to give birth in May. And that's just crazy.
That's so hard.
This is his second wife,
what?
Right?
No, this is his first wife. This is the wife that all the songs on Montevallo are about.
Oh, okay.
They were dating.
Oh, yeah, after 5 years of marriage. Okay, yeah. But they had split up before this.
While they were married?
Yes.
Or before they got married?
No, when they were married. After they first got married. Okay, do you remember when he got into the DUI? It was because him and the wife had like broken up.
Oh, yeah.
So they had gotten back together. Now they're having a kid, but they're splitting up again.
Is this their first kid?
Yes. That's crazy. I feel like he just needs to be single.
I agree.
He came on the scene. He was blowing up. Then all of a sudden he got married out of nowhere. And everybody was like, what is this? Like he was supposed to be like the young bad boy heartthrob, kind of.
Yeah, but to be fair, okay, all of the songs on his first album are about when he was trying to make it in country music and this girl had broken up with him. Like, all of those heartbreak songs that he is known for, that is this relationship. So when he started to get big and he was begging her at every concert, Emily, get back with me, like, she was like, fine, okay, we get it. And then the second album, he's like, we made it, we're back together, I pleaded through all the songs, we finally did it. But like, I feel like those relationships where you're back and forth so much, like, just break up, please.
Yeah, so
they never work if they're back and forth.
It shows in the court documents this time that there was marital misconduct. So cheating.
Well, he's been a cheater, that's why they broke up the first time.
Yeah.
I don't understand men like this, that they cheat and then they're crying and they're so sad and they're like, you're the only one for me. If I was, you wouldn't be cheating on me with every bitch you see at the bar.
Right. And that's why married men need to be at home and not at the bar.
And on tour. I mean, he can't help it. This is his profession. He's on tour. He's a different city.
Yeah, but what does she do that she can't just like follow him around?
I don't know.
You've got one of the biggest country music stars as your husband. What are you doing?
She was a nurse. I remember reading about the relationship. She was a nurse before.
Girl, if you don't go get on that tour bus with him, stop playing.
I don't know. Their relationship always seemed like
toxic.
Very much toxic.
Because after the first album came out, he got married. It was crazy. And then
because he finally got her back.
Right. And then they split up like a couple months later, and then he got the DUI, and it was like he disappeared. He should have released that second album like that following year, never did. Mm-hmm. And he like just dipped off for a while, and then finally came back like 3 years later with the second album. And it was like, okay, he's good now. But this...
Actually, now that I think about it, yeah, they did break up when they were married. Because the second album also had heartbreak songs.
Yeah.
And it was like, wait, but you guys are together. And I was like, actually, we weren't for a while. And this is why I'm pleading again in this album.
Yeah, it's a lot. There are some men that, like, no matter, like, how much they want to be with someone, they just need to not be.
Yeah, but honestly, I think he needs to be single. He's too hot. He needs to, like...
Yeah, he's sexy.
Yeah.
And his, like, friends and his, like, manager and all the people that are always with him on tour are super hot, too. Like, his whole crew is just, like, hot.
So I went to his show when he came to
And he has, like, a lot of, like, black guys on his band. And I was
okay. Everybody on that stage was fine. The opening acts were fine. The people on the side were fine. The drummer, the guitar player, he had like this tall bassist that was bald and black.
Ooh, you know I was
like,
man.
What's going on? And then like he's just so hot. Midway through the show, he put on a chain and like he had on like a little backwards hat, and I was like, you have no business being this good looking and being married.
Yeah, he's hot.
Yeah.
He just needs to be like young, sexy, hot country star.
Yeah.
I feel like country labels will like push the marriage thing. Like country artists stay getting married. They're like, they stay married, they stay having babies. Like they push the wholesome family thing so heavy in the country world.
That's the brand, but I feel like he needs to rebrand, and the brand didn't fit him. The marriage thing, it was not working for him.
It really doesn't. That's how I feel about Morgan Wallen. Like, he's another one. Like,
who's Morgan Wallen?
Do you know Whiskey Glasses?
No.
Talkin' Tennessee?
No.
Dangerous?
No. Maybe if I heard it.
Miss You More Than My Hometown?
No.
Oh my god. Get into Morgan Wallen. He's controversial. He's the guy that made out with all the people at the game that should have been on SNL.
That he was spreading around the COVID.
Yes.
Oh, him. Yeah.
He's another one. Married, has a kid on the way.
He's married?
Yeah.
He was making out with all those people.
When his wife was pregnant. Like, that's
in the middle of COVID.
In the middle of COVID.
That's so embarrassing.
Like, he's another one. Like, I'm just like, sir, why even have the wife? Like, why?
I don't
He's
get it.
always out wasted in trouble with his friends. Like, literally getting arrested, being caught on camera by his neighbors yelling and screaming in the middle of the night. Ending up on TikToks making out with fans in bars. Like, he's wild.
The chaos.
Wild. Why even try to do the wholesome thing? Just be the bad boy.
Just live your truth, King. That's my thing. Live your truth.
I just don't get it. Like, stop pushing this marriage thing on these men.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Oh my god. There is a new show coming out on OWN. I retweeted the trailer, so you have to go watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what it's called, but it's women that want to be married and they're in relationships, so they have decided to propose to their husbands. And in the week leading up to this proposal, they've planned a full-scale wedding, and they're showing up to the man in the wedding dress like, will you marry me right now?
That goes against my entire belief system.
Entire belief system. Like, literally, my retweet was like, throw up. Like, the throw up emoji.
Crying, throwing up.
I was like, this
Screaming,
level
crying, throwing up.
of desperation is got to be checked. Like, ladies, meet me at the mall, and I show up in a wedding dress with a full wedding plan. Will you marry me now? Enough is enough. I've waited long enough.
I'm marrying you right now.
One of the guys in the trailer were like, right. He's looking at her like, bitch, you crazy?
Girl, little did you know I was never gonna marry you.
No, that's
Never has the thought crossed my mind.
right. No, the thing is, men that don't ask you to marry that don't want to.
You know the Keke Palmer video? She's like,
I'm sorry for this video.
I know I sound crazy as hell, but I do not know this woman. I do not know this man.
I'm literally crying. I cannot breathe. No. Ladies, you gotta stop proposing. Like, it's not a thing that women should be doing ever under any circumstances. That man does not want to marry you. Stop embarrassing yourself.
If I was the man in that situation, I would have been like, who the fuck is she? I don't know this woman.
Guys, we're done. We can't even talk. I can't even do the outro. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next Saturday. Bye.
Bye.